people, and welcome to the Minecraft Arena YouTube channel. Today we'll be doing yet another guide, but before we get into that, let me tell you about our new update. Because the death of Arena Mini, we've replaced all the Arena Mini game modes, except for FNAF Advanced, replacing them with our new Extras section. Finally, enter the Vibe Zone. Give us ideas on what games we should make. Make your own. The credits of people that helped build Arena. Put your settings in the Arena Tower, so you can have your settings based off what gameplay you want to have. Also a new game mode called Sheep Savers. Make sure you go check out the new Minecraft Arena update. First person to join gets a free diamond sword, so make sure you start joining. Information on how to join, check out our other Minecraft Arena videos. Let's get straight into the guide. Today's guide is based off a game that's very beloved in the Arena community. Turf Takeover. Team Takeover? Turf Takeover? Hold on, what's it called again? Team Takeover. Oh yeah, right. Takeover is located in the paid games section. Over here, all the way to your right, for 3 diamonds. Team Takeover is very OG, and it was one of the games that we put most of our work into, even updating it a year after it came out. Before we get into the very deep gameplay of Team Takeover, let's look at Team Takeover's history. It goes way back. Team Takeover first debuted in our Thanksgiving update almost 200 days ago. That's crazy. That's all we pretty much have, besides this useless gameplay.
All I wanna do is play it all night. Aw man, Minecraft.
That clip is from our official Minecraft Arena trailer. Go check it out if you haven't seen it yet. But if you want to see the history of other game modes that, are shown a little bit more, check out our Xbox Club. It's free. Oh, of course it's free. Damn it. I'm going to rush through Team Takeover's history, but I did it for a reason. The gameplay is large, and there are many different ways to play. So, let's jump onto this pressure plate and get to playing. Once stepping on that pressure plate, you'll be brought to a golden box, giving you the option to be offense or defense. Before we get to what holds in these 2 different options, let me tell you what these 2 different options do. It's more than self-explanatory. Well, kinda is, but not really. Just whatever, let's do it. Attacker's job is to start in tiny holes and travel underground to kill everyone that lives in this castle. The defense class's job is to defend this huge castle that we spent hours building from the attackers and kill them before they get killed themselves. To get to the juicy part, let's go over the map. Once appearing from the ground, showing up behind the bushes, you will enter the jungle. But watch out, there are soul sand that might slow you down while you're trying to run straight forward. It's just a bridge. Don't fall in the water because there's a low chance you're going to get back out. Attackers then go underground again, but pick the right tunnel, because some of them have slime and soul sand. Then you've entered Castle Zone, with 2 pillars and the big castle itself. It also has stairs that you can travel across and stuff. But each team has restrictions. The team cannot go back between levels. For example, if you're in the forest level, you cannot retreat back to the grass level. If you're on the bridge level, you cannot retreat back to the tree level. And once you get to the castle level, you cannot leave the castle level. So once you're in there forever. Defense class has the same type of restriction. They cannot pass the castle level. And if they do, they are banned from this game for like a day. Most of them have long-ranged attacks. Speaking of attacks, let's get to the juicy part, the core gameplay of Team Takeover. Takeover has multiple classes that you can choose from. Each chest has a class, and most of the time you can only get 2 things. So, golden chestplate and trident, or shield and stone sword. You can only have 1 class per person. So if I take Trident Man, no one else can take Mr. Trident. Speaking of the classes, let's go over every single class. Starting with the Defender class. This class, primary attacker that you can only use last minute, is the Knight. It doesn't look that clear because someone messed up this chest, but the Knight gets an iron sword, iron boots, iron leggings, and iron chestplate. So facing this guy, you best be scared, or just aim for the head. Next class is Bow and Arrow Guy. Bow and Arrow Guy gets a bow and arrows of slowness, which means shoot from above, making your enemies slow, possibly keeping them from ever getting to the castle. But you're going to need to have really good range and aim. Person's Crossbow Guy. Crossbow Guy gets a crossbow and arrows of poison, which basically gives you the same abilities as Bow and Arrow Guy, except instead of slowing them down, you can deal poison damage. So you should be at the top of that castle firing. It'll give the enemies a bad time trying to reach the castle. The final class is a support. He's a supportive bow and arrow or crossbow guy. You get to choose between a bow and arrow and a crossbow. And you can take a stack of arrows and choose between these arrows. The arrows you can choose between are arrow of healing, arrow of invisibility, arrow of leaping, arrow of fire resistance, which is useless, just so you know, very useless, and arrows of strength. Take a stack of normal arrows and choose between one of these arrows. Unless you choose fire resistance, you will be a very good support to the team, giving them leaping, or invisibility, or strength, which will have the other team hanging for life. The final class was added a few months after the game came out. He is called the Engineer class. The Engineer class is given a lever and a lever only, but he has abilities outside of that. His 3 abilities include the lever. His first ability is to put down a lever right here on the out of the ordinary block, press it, and is this thing working? And it doesn't seem to, the redstone doesn't seem to be working. But here's what's supposed to happen. That lever activates a trap that all of these carpets right here, they're pretty obvious, will spit out lingering potions of poison that will last 11 seconds. This will keep the enemy team off your side of the castle. And they're working. My bad. You're supposed to put it down, put the lever once, you're supposed to tap it twice, and then it will work. Second lever including ability is up the stairs. You'll realize these dispensers filled with arrows. The engineer puts this lever down. Not only him, but every other team member is allowed to push the lever and hopefully, it's kind of luck-based, hit one of the enemies. It's not his best ability, but it works. You're only going to have one lever, so every time you want to change this position, you're going to have to break it and then replace it. See this button here. Every other class is not allowed to use this. It's only for the engineer. But once you put it down, press it, and fences will come up, guarding your castle. This will make it impossible for every class on the enemy team to reach the castle, except for one counter. We will get to see this one counter right now. Let's look at the attacking class's abilities. Sorry, I meant classes. My bad. The first class is a supportive class, using potions to her advantage. Her advantage. He has lingering potions of healing, regeneration, splash potions of the Turtle Master, and splash potions of leaping. He is the best healer in the game because potions have a large radius of helping, but he has no attack. So you're going to have to smack people with glass bottles or just punch them. That is the only bad part about this class. So if you're the lifeline main of your team, this is your class. But remember, you cannot attack. I mean, you can, but it's going to be really bad. This chest is also messed up. But this class is the Crossbowman class. It is the only class with good range, and he has a leather tunic and a crossbow. Be the one to climb up these pillars and attack the people in the castle from a far range. The next class is Shield Guy. He holds a shield and a stone sword. He is super good. He can hold back the enemy force's long-range attacks, and any attacks really. He will always be safe until he's close enough to slash the enemies with a sword. Speaking of a sword, the next class is a Swordman. He holds a diamond sword, probably the best weapon in this whole game mode, but at the cost of the fact that he has to wear a carved pumpkin. On top of that, he has no armor whatsoever, so you're going to have to be really careful with this man. The next class is Trident Man. He holds a golden chestplate and a trident. If I were him, I would smack people with a trident, because once you throw it, it is gone forever. But if you happen to be playing while rain, which I don't think is possible, but just so, you can electrocute someone. In the update in which the engineer came out, 2 classes came out for the attack class. The first one is Good Guy. Good Guy is very good because he has an iron sword, a potion of invisibility, and a totem of undying. Even though he has no armor, he can protect himself from death and be invisible. He is a super good main attack class. In this update, another bow and arrow man came out. He holds a crossbow, tons of arrows, 1 arrow of slowness and 1 arrow of poison, and scaffolding. Only can the scaffolding build cover, build you up a staircase instead of going under the grass. You and the other sniper class on your team, the high ground, form a sneak attack on the castle. Best part is his ability to build over the fence and counter the engineer's best attack. Makes him a key part of the team, because without him, they would never cross his fence, and the game would get boring until the castle team decides to put it down. You know the other team's playing engineer? He is a mandatory. Almost done with the guide of team attack. Just like Monster Maze and Battle Royale, I'm going to give you guys some tips and tricks. 3 for each team. Some tips for the defense class. Because you can't pass that grass barrier, you could plan an attack. Maybe hide behind these pillars, or set up traps. Do something to set up while you're waiting for the enemy team to come across. Camp the castle. It will be good if you camped the castle, staying inside it until the enemy team walked in. This can catch them by surprise. The ultimate team setup would be a knight, a crossbow healer, and the engineer. Here's some attack class. Attack class tips. There are many things you may see as obstacles, but see them as cover. If you don't have that shield, use, for example, the trees as cover to not get hit by these arrows flying at you. Underground holes are your friend. Once you pass every level, you can't retreat. So if you're a long-ranged attack classer, make sure you hide in the holes, maybe peeking out and up, firing your weapon. Preferred class is Invisible Man, Diamond Sword Guy, and Scaffolding Guy. Here is, in my opinion, the best part of the video, the gameplay. I'm going to be playing as whatever class I'm playing as, and unlike the other gameplay I had, this gameplay is going to be good, with teams of 2 going against each other. Hope y'all enjoy.